a friend of mine. I saw a post, and she's had a business for like a couple of years, and I used to, like, I admire her, right? I admire her energy level and her commitment to our business. And every time I see her post, I'm like, she has taken so much time to sit down and then research about this content and created something meaningful out of it. But then she posted something today, and then she was asking a question. She said, well, you're not motivated or you don't feel like doing anything, what do you do? And I know I've been there. We've all been there. We've been there, done it. There are days where you're not in sync with anything. And I feel today is like one of those days, like you're not in sync with anything. It's just life. It's just life for you. Like, that's just how life is.
There are those days that you're just not in sync with anything, and you begin to wonder, whatever it is that if you're doing, if you're going to get results and all of that. But one thing I've learned is life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's continuous. It's not a one-off thing. And then today you could be so excited about some certain projects. I know when I started working with some of my clients, they were like, oh, they're so excited. And then you get halfway and you're like just so tired and want your project to end. It's almost, natural, even when it comes to life cycle or projects, But the thing is, always be encouraged. I just want to encourage somebody out there today that you might not necessarily feel like what you're doing, you have results. You might not necessarily feel that all the investment you're making into certain projects or certain things, you're getting it back, right? But it takes time, and it's okay to have bad days. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. It's okay to have days where you wake up and you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm not doing anything. But then it's not okay for you to stay that way. So you have to find a way to pick up yourself. You have to find a way to snap out of that, to rise your spirit or that mood. It's mood, and sometimes it could be spirit, and you just have to get rid of those voices in your head telling you that you can't achieve certain things, you are limited by certain things. And sometimes certain mindset too could be one of the things that some of the limitations that you might just keep telling you that, oh, you're not going to, you're this, you're that, you can't even do this, you can't do that. It's going to keep reminding you of all the things that you cannot do. But you know what, remind yourself of those victories that you've had in the past and the victories you're actually experiencing now. So when you put all of that together, you're able to snap back and say, you know what, today I am out of it. I'm not going to let this, whatever it is this is whatever it is this is, you're not going to allow it to affect you in any way. The world is a global space, like everyone says. Yeah, we understand it's a global space, and then it's gradually moving away from the norm, from the things that we're used to. And if you, as a business owner, as a business person, even as a career person, you should be moving towards where the world is moving. I'm not saying like follow the world, all those. But you need to understand that certain things and certain trends are actually going to have come to stay. So when you're talking about content marketing, I feel that consistency is one of the key things when it comes to content marketing. And then also with content marketing, you're able to draw valuable customers from whatever it is they are, maybe from your content, from your TikTok. I know a lot of people do TikTok now, from your digital space, from your Facebook, all the platforms, and you want to invite them into your house, and prospect to them and say, okay, this is what I sell. And then, there are several steps you need to follow before you can ensure that, certain content strategy work. And I feel that number one is, you need to examine your existing content. I know sometimes I look at the content we have on Startership and I'm like, you know what, I think we have to just re-strategize and remove some certain things. And then you also need data, like, you need to understand who is watching the things that you're creating. If nobody is engaging in it, if nobody's engaging in it, then it's practically just like you creating things that nobody wants. So you need to use like data to understand the dynamics. You need to understand that you're getting insight into what's happening, and you have to also be consistent with whatever it is that the data that you're getting, to make the consistencies with those data, and together you're able to make key decision. Another thing is defining your audience. I know they always say, there was a quote I saw, and the person says your followers might not likely be your client. The truth is, there's an element of truth in that, even though it might not be totally true. The fact somebody's following you does not necessarily mean they're going to buy from you, but the visibility it brings, this content creation actually creates for you. It puts you out there. So when you're not putting content out, nobody knows what you're doing. But when you put yourself, series of businesses that people have done videos and they've gone viral, and with that they're able to increase their revenue or do certain things that they were not able to do before because they did not have that visibility. So when you create that balance between your content, putting yourself out there, and also managing all of these things together, then you're able to become relevant with your business. The third point is finding relevant topics. I know sometimes when I blog for the fun of it, but I think I want to start changing that strategy of just writing things out just because you want to write it. And then if you understand your customers, if you understand the reason why they are there, then you're able to provide your content and curate it with your audience. Number 4 is planning your content production. I know this takes time. It takes time. I see some of those reels video, and I'm thinking, how long did this person put into to create 1 minute video? But for them, that's how they gain visibility. If you're able to provide quality content, you need to make sure that all the things that you're creating, it encompasses all the things that your audience want, and you're able to convert those people. So when I say planning your content, you need to understand how often you want to be posting. If you're going to take out a day and say, today I'm going to make sure that we're just focusing on one channel. So that channel could be YouTube, it could be Instagram, it could be Twitter, it could be Facebook, and whatever content. Planning, there are different planning. I know I know that I used to use a couple of them. There's this scheduling app. I'm going to put a link below. There are scheduling app that you could use to post your content. So what you do is you just put your content, you batch it, so you don't have to create content every day. Another thing is, if you create a video content, rather than just have that one video, you can cut it up and then post it into your Facebook page. You could bring an excerpt, create it on Instagram. You could break it down. When you put the main video in your YouTube, you can cut it down, put some on Facebook, put some on Instagram, spread out those content. And then when you find that your content that you're creating is actually relevant to what people are looking for, then you begin to have some form of relevance and gain some traction. But this creation and business thing, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of motivation, it takes a lot of energy for you to wake up and then continue telling yourself that, I'm not going to give up. And sometimes they make this entrepreneurship journey, some people that have been in business for a couple of while, they make it so glamorous, so everyone is so attracted and they're excited about starting the business. But when you go halfway, you realize, do I really want to do this business, or I just want to quit? And it's okay to have that feeling, but I feel whenever you want to quit, always remember why you started. And a combination of all those things are actually the things that motivate you when you feel like, oh, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to do something different. And then next time you want to give up, just remember that you're not going to get anything from giving up. Yeah, you're not going to get anything from giving up. So please don't give up on your dreams, don't give up on yourself. Be encouraged, continue, and you will see that at the end of the day you're able to get remarkable results. All right, guys, up until next time, I remain Labake Tomabo. Bye.